Hey everybody, welcome to Man vs 7800. As always, let me know if you can hear me okay, if you can hear the gameplay okay, because I'm not an expert at this, but I'm trying. Anyway, Man vs 7800, the show where we beat Atari 7800 games for your pleasure. You know, it's an original idea. Nobody else plays video games on the internet, on YouTube, and I was like, you know what? What if I played video games live? So, just completely original idea, and it seems to be working out great. No, but seriously, though, I appreciate all of you coming to hang out with us for the last Man vs. 7800 of Homebrew Month. So all month long, we've been celebrating Homebrew here on the channel. And today we're celebrating probably, thank you, Ivory, probably one of the best homebrews for the 7800, hands down. I don't think that's controversial to say that Popeye on the 7800 is probably one of the best homebrews on the console. Chat's already active and going. Thank you all so much for joining us. I did see a few comments here. Russell Baxley, good to see you. Good morning, Ramey. Russell said, AtariAge should re-release Popeye for the 7800. It is impossible to find and not affordable for most folks if you do find a copy. That would be the dream, but there is copyright issues. That's why it was taken off the store, of course. So, Daryl1970, who programmed this version of Popeye, I talked to him specifically about that before, and he said never say never. You never know what might happen in the future, especially with Atari's resources behind this stuff now, but I don't know. It might be, might not ever happen. So, and it's pretty unfortunate. But you can get a 7800 game drive and experience it that way. Let me know if the game audio is a little bit too loud compared to my voice. But, yeah, I don't expect to see another release anytime soon for Popeye. So hopefully most of you grabbed it when you could. See, Jolt, we'll see you when you get back, bud. Ivory Tower. Ivory Tower is just a fantastic YouTube channel. He's very technical. I've actually watched a few of his videos to do some fixes and some DIY stuff to my Ataris. So, subscribe to him if you haven't. Yeah, he was explaining to Russell what's going on here. But yeah, so King Entertainment, is that the company that owns the right? Oh, who owns the rights to the game is my thing, because I know Nintendo originally did, and on the screen here it says Nintendo of America, but they don't own the rights now, right? Like, this game is off in limbo somewhere. I think that's probably one of the biggest things preventing it too, from getting re-released, is you have to go to King and then figure out who the heck owns the actual game itself. But with that said, I'll take a sip of my coffee and we'll get started here, because I'm not going to lie, I'm very bad at this game. And I did not practice. So Jeremiah, if you're watching, I don't get my practice tip. He loves it when I practice, because I'm pretty bad at this stuff. But yeah, we are going to try to get through it. Somebody asked how we would figure if it's a win or not. I think if we get through two complete rotations, we'll call it a win. And honestly, that's something I don't do very often, so this might be a loss for us. Outside of that, we'll get started with the... There's Jeremiah. Good to see you. Outside of that, we'll get started on the gameplay, and we'll kind of talk a little bit of Atari and see how well man can fare against 7800. Let me see here. So today I'm trying something different. I usually use the OG Hugo controllers. I actually found my what's that adapter called? The adapter for the Sega Genesis controllers. So we're going to try to do it that way today. And good to see everybody in the chat. If I haven't called you out yet, Braylon, Clax, Jeremiah, everybody. Good to see you all. Thank you for joining us, and let's get going with the incredible port of Popeye to the Atari 7800 by Daryl1970. Yeah, I've heard that too, Jeremiah, that Nintendo lost the rights, but I've never heard anybody say to who. That's the kind of the part that's missing. I can accept that they lost the rights. Seagull 78, that's what it is. Ivory. I bought a Seagull 78 years ago, and I could not find it. I've been doing a collection video on Patreon for the Patreons. You know, kind of, people like to see what games other people have, it seems. And I could not find my Seagull 78 for the life of me, and I finally found it. So I said, let's give this a try. So, Donkey Kong Jr. is a ghosted IP? No, Nintendo still firmly owns Donkey Kong Jr., right? They have to. I mean, there's no way they let that go. I mean, I understand that Donkey Kong's kind of been the big property for, well, ever now. But I don't know. They'd still have to retain Junior, right? It only makes sense. It'd be a silly move not to. Let me see if I can punch Pluto right in his Pluto. Or Bluto. It's Bluto. I don't know why I said Pluto. Pluto's the Mickey Mouse dog, right? Anyway. Let's see if we can get a basket on his head. I can't get him from the 3rd tier. I never could. Oh, and I got hit by the witch. This game is all about timing. You gotta have impeccable timing. You gotta have good anticipation. And I don't think I have to explain to you guys, as I get older, my reaction, anticipation in general, just ability to do this stuff successfully is diminished quite a bit. If I was a kid, I'd probably be able to do fairly well at this game, but come here, Bluto. I wish you could punch Bluto. Like, as a kid, whenever there was games like this that had like a punch button, but your punches were ineffective, that always drove me crazy. Am I the only one? Like, if you give a character a punch, you should be able to punch and hurt somebody. It only makes sense, right? I don't know. Maybe that's just a me thing. Got him at the last second. Look at that. That's the kind of pro gameplay that you all subscribe for, I'm sure, as I choke on my own saliva. Well, we did fairly good. Brutus on the monitor. Okay. That's what it was. Brutus and Bluto. I've always known him as Bluto. I don't know why I said Pluto, but, you know. So this level, I find, if you can stick to the top by sliding this thing back and forth, that's generally the best idea. But there really is no, like, safe. Like, you're never really safe. And we're lucky there that, you know, that went through us, or we fell off there, but you don't take fall damage, so. Oh, let me see here. That's the other thing with these early arcade games, you never know about the fall damage situation. Because so many of them do have, like, if you take a topple off of a floor or something, you get damaged. I think this was a bad time to grab this, but there we go. We got him. We got him, guys. Don't worry. And again, thanks for everybody for joining us. If you don't mind, if you're enjoying the pro gameplay from the Pro Gamer, hit the like button. It helps out a ton for the channel and the videos to get viewed. So we lost our last life there. You don't get many lives in this game either. That's probably the other thing. So we'll just put our initials here, and the rest of the time I'll just AAA it. SPG for 7800 Pro Gamer. I used to always put Dad because I'm a father of 3 kids, but you know, since starting this channel, what can you do? Just checking. Yeah, it was the Seagull 78. Thank you very much, Ivory Tower. Really, shouldn't you be playing with the CX24 Pro line? Your CX78 joypad? I don't think we don't need to get nitpicky on the pads, do we, Jeremiah? I mean, I really don't want to play with a pro line. I really don't want to do that. There's money on the table with this game, and nobody can touch it. Exactly, Russell. And it's, trust me, Daryl wants the game out. I know Albert wants the game out. It's one of those things where they can't, especially with Atari at the helm now. So they really have no choice but to leave that money on the table, which is a shame. Yep, the old Bluto and Brutus debate going on in the chat here. You punch bottles. Yeah, punching the bottles is what the punch is for. Like I said, it always drives me crazy because I can punch. So punching old Bluto in the face should really do something. The hamburger guy's name, oh God, what was his name? It's on the tip of my tongue. I'm going to have Alzheimer's, something horrible, because I cannot remember anything at all. What is his name? Oh, my goodness. Let's see. A few more. And he is running the corrected ROM of the game. The cart release like mine. This should be the one with the bug, I think. I don't know. Hey, Obsidian. Good to see ya. He thought the can of spinach was a telephone. That's hilarious. Ramey's headphones are Wimpy. That's what it is. See, Ivory, that's why you gotta subscribe to Ivory Tower, because he has all the answers. Wimpy. I was thinking like Winnie, Slappy, like all these names are going through my head. I'm like, no, that's not right, but I knew it was something like that. Yeah, just my memory for this stuff is... Oh, no, that could have been bad. I usually like to stay on the top 2 platforms, but I'm not very good at this game, so that might not be a good strategy, because I do not usually perform very well. And I like to save the spinach as long as I can. Now, you can go down that center ladder. That's down only. Unless you have it on like the super easy mode, the one with the pink background. And the thing is, you can start out doing really good in Popeye, like you think you're doing awesome, and it can go downhill in a hurry. That's the other thing I've learned playing this game, is you never think that you have it, because the second you... Oh, and the bottle was coming right for me. What the heck it is? What the heck? That's why I should really just sit here and play in silence, so I don't do stupid stuff like that, but... at least this gives me an excuse, because I would probably still do stupid stuff like that, even if I wasn't talking. Wimpy is my spirit animal. I would gladly pay you Tuesday for a hamburger today. Yeah, he was awesome. I love Wimpy. Now here, yeah, when you punch the bottles in the original release, and Vinny was the first one to tell me about that. He says he was the first one to discover it, and I have no reason to doubt him. But I remember we had a text thread with me and Vinny Vineyard, and he was like, dude, I found a bug in Popeye. And I'm like, oh, okay. I wasn't like too concerned, because I mean, how bad could it really be? But he was I don't want to say he wasn't happy to find it, but he was like kind of just really I don't know what you want to say. Excitable. Like, he was like, hey, I found this glitch. This is crazy, Not necessarily happy, but just like, this is nuts that I haven't heard anybody talk about this. I think that's a basket that drops on Bluto's head. Yeah, I didn't even go for that, did I? No, this is on a 2600 plus with the original cartridge from AtariAge. So, me and Vinny, we also had a discussion at the most, not the most recent batch, but the batch prior of homebrews from AtariAge. I had mentioned to him, like, if you can only afford to buy certain releases, because they release a ton of games, we can't buy them all. We don't have the infinite money glitch or cheat code activated in our lives. But I said, buy And he was gonna anyway, but I said, buy Popeye if you can't afford to buy them all. Because this is a game, think about it, it was done originally by the Big N, you know, Nintendo, and it's probably the most likely game to get taken off the store, thinking back to, like, Princess Rescue and stuff like that. So, you know, with that, you know, thought process, we kind of went for Popeye, among other games, because we figured it was a game likely to be taken off the store and not returned. Now, we didn't expect it to leave the way it did with the whole, you know, last chance sale and everything, but we were kind of concerned that Nintendo was going to get litigious. And of course, at the time, we didn't know that, you know, the IP was up in the air for its ownership and stuff. We were just kind of going off the idea that Nintendo still owned the rights to the game. How am I going to get that? I gotta get down and get that L before I take an L. I was trying to go up the stairs. Again, if I can make it one time around, we might call that a win, but I'm gonna try to get 2 times around. Ivory says he doesn't have all the answers, just a large void filled with useless knowledge. Still, it's a help to all of us. Yeah, this is on a cartridge. I mean, maybe I do, but I bought this, pre-ordered it. Like I said, with me and Vinny, we both decided to. But maybe I do have, like, a batch of, or one of the games that increases the score. I don't know. If I do, great, because that... I want the extra points. I don't want to have the broken round, that's for sure. But I do have a 7800 Concerto cart with you know, both ROMs of it on there. I highly recommend, again, for everybody, because there's tons of people always asking about Popeye on the 7800. That's probably one of the questions I get the most on this channel. And get the game drive. I mean, that's going to be the best way to go, because the ROM is out there, and with the game drive you can play all the other great games. There's so many great stuff out there that either has not or will never hit cartridge. 1942 port is fantastic. I don't know how many people are aware of that. We might just want to die here because we're losing lives. Yeah, there's definitely a delay in the chat. I noticed that it's about a 20-second delay, I think, because I have it, the stream going on another account here, and when I look over to see what's going on in the stream, it's definitely quite a while from when I'm talking here. So there is a major delay on that. Why, I don't know. I was hoping Ivory could answer that for me. The man with all the answers. I'm just kidding, Ivory, but... Okay, next time around, Jeremiah, I will try to nail Bluto with the basket. I will stop wasting the spinach in the basket, because we need those for the score. Definitely. See, I get stuck behind him here, and then it's hard to get the timing right to get back around him. But I like to get him trapped on that third tier, throwing bottles. That way I can kind of run around as I require. I think this is probably one of the, in my opinion, the easier levels on this game. Not that any of them are easier, but I find this one to be much more doable than the first one. Raimi, you missed me playing this game terribly. That's the only thing you missed, is me failing to even get through one cycle of the game so far. But that's fine, you know. We have plenty of opportunities here. So yeah, for the Homebrew month here on the channel, we've been celebrating Homebrew all of May, for those of you that haven't been following. We have 2 more videos left to go, and then later today, we're going to be putting out a video on the purchase of Intellivision by Atari, which came out of nowhere for me. I don't know if anybody else was like had heard rumors or stuff, but I had heard absolutely nothing on that, and then all of a sudden it was just sort of this thing. So we got him on the second tier. That's pretty good. But yeah, that was news that came out of nowhere for myself. Why am I going up the stairs? Shoot. And that's the thing. I'm doing a video we're gonna put out. It's a short-ish video. It's like 6 or 7 minutes, because there really isn't a whole lot known. But I do go over some what-if scenarios, and like Braylon, I believe Braylon said, Intellivision Plus would be an interesting idea, and I don't think that would be out of the realm of possibility. And if you ask me, that's what Amico should have done. I mean, hindsight is 2020, and after seeing the success of the success of the 2600 Plus and Intellivision Plus would have been probably the way to go. Or, you know, the Amico should have been compatible with original cartridges with some, you know, maybe like a 7800 with some additional hardware for some more modern releases or something like that. But yeah, I think an Intellivision Plus could be in the realm of possibility. The only thing is, and again, I touch on this in the video that should be coming out later this afternoon, I think that's going to be a hefty investment for Atari to do an Intellivision Plus. Yeah, and there isn't as many games and stuff either, and you're absolutely correct. I touch on that about the value of the software and stuff too that they obtain. There has to be, for them to release a I keep wanting to say 2600 Plus, an Intellivision Plus, there has to be some sort of value there in software for them. Like, just selling the console is fine, but part of the value of the 2600 Plus, I think for Atari, at least it appears, is that they can sell the cartridges and enhanced cartridges and the homebrews that they've acquired, and also make money on the back end of it. And I think that's going to be the key for an Intellivision Plus to be a thing, is how can they capitalize after the fact. You know, just like any other console, they want to not just sell you the console, but also make money after the fact. Because if they just leave it to the old software, they're leaving money on the table. Yep. AtariAge could support it with homebrew, and the homebrew community for Intellivision might explode with like a 2600 Plus. And the thing with that, Atari has to know that, or you would think they would know that the community would help them greatly with the value of the console and in things like homebrew and whatnot. Because there will be, again, that desire, that want, now that's more accessible. It would be great to have an HD version of the Intellivision, or something that works easier. Because the thing with like the 7800 and stuff is the old RF connection is very inconvenient, and it looks really bad. So, you know, there is value there in just selling it. But I think if they're not going to capitalize on the re-releasing the software afterwards, you're more likely to get just a plug and play or a ROM collection, is my thoughts. But again, we talked more about, I mean, basically I just spoiled the whole video. I think that's like everything I said. But watch it anyway, because my Thursday video did not do all that well, so I need the views this week. Raimi wanted the Amico. Yeah, I mean, the Amico, it was poorly done. That, like somebody else said, Tommy needed, alleged that Tommy needed a drug that goes up your nose. I think had it been handled better, there was a market for the Amico. I don't know if, you know, it would have been anything beyond what the VCS is, especially with the whole hardware, you know, physical hardware thing, or everything's on cartridges and stuff. There's just too much silliness with the whole Amico thing, but I think it could have worked. Because I think the VCS, I'm surprised at how much better the VCS is working than I gave it credit for. Just checking the chat real quick. The old Intellivision flashback is pretty similar to a yeah, right, exactly. Ramey says Intellivision brand games suck. I mean, it's just a matter of opinion, I guess. I haven't experienced too many Intellivision games, and I've never held an Intellivision controller. So that would be my one thing I'd be interested in experiencing. YOLO Swaggins. Man, that is a name if I ever heard one. YOLO Swaggins. They should remake the hard drive and race driving series of games or do a spin-off. I think that would be really cool, too. I actually had hard driving growing up. My dad got it for me for one of my birthdays, and at the time it was like, wow, 3D, cool, but I never played it in the arcades or anything. Daryl Gunther, Daryl, the man himself. That's good to see you. Everybody, Daryl is the man that made this game exist. We are honored in your presence, good sir. It's definitely Brutus in the video game, not Bluto. I will I will make the correction from here on out. We will call him Brutus, and that goes for everybody in the chat. But again, that's the man himself, everybody, Daryl Gunther, and he's a great guy. We chatted a little bit on the podcast. Really down to earth, just a fantastic guy. So yeah, as the comments keep rolling, let's just let's see if I can. We'll call this a success if I can frickin' get through one round. I am so awful at this game. Maybe I should do the pink. If I fail here, let's do the pink screen of shame for a round. So to give me some more incentive to play better. Alright. And there's actually, if you don't, I should have hit the basket on his head. I don't know what I was doing. If you want to play on the easiest difficulty, but you don't want to be shamed, there is a cheat code for this version of Popeye to turn off the pink background. Just a fun fact there. Now, see, I thought he was going down the stairs, so I was trying to do... You're doing great. Thank you, Ramey. I anticipated him to go down the stairs, and he kind of gave me a noogie instead. We'll get the basket on his head. We'll punch the bottle. I'm not very confident in this run. I think we're going to be playing with a pink screen of shame here shortly. Now there, I was anticipating a noogie, and he just walked down the stairs, so just goes to show. Let me see if I can get him. Got him. Alright. Had to hit him one time. Alrighty here. And again, I think this level, I shouldn't have called it easy. Because now I'm going to do poor at it from now on, because I said it was easy. And no, there is no easy levels on this game. I just meant that this level is easier compared to everything else. I feel like, honestly, the first level is the hardest, followed by the pirate ship level, and then this one at bringing up the rear. That would be like my tier list of Popeye levels. So, ooh, I was not expecting him to jump down there. So let's see if we can give him the old knuckle sandwich. There we go. And it should be an easy victory for us from here. All right. Huh, okay. Okay, got that. See, again, I seem to do best when I keep this platform within reach, but there I fell off, so now that is gone. Oh, shoot, I was not expecting that. Platform kind of came out of nowhere. I wasn't expecting it. Obviously, it didn't come out of nowhere, but I was not anticipating that. So how's everybody doing in the chat here this morning? It's a great morning in the Atariverse. We have some lovely weather going on here. Let me get this. Got him. Got him. Okay. Nope, lost the thing again. The only thing, too, is, like, it takes a long time to build the stairs in this level. So I guess it is difficult in that sense. Like, you have to play well for such a prolonged amount of time. Much longer than, I think, in any other level. Oh, come on now. And was that my last? No. Okay, I have one more life. So if I can stay up top here, I think we'll be golden. And I immediately fall to the floor, so just the kind of pro okay, there you go, we did it. We did it. I'm so happy we we cycled the screen one time and we said we'd have to do it twice for this to be a victory. I don't know, that might, oh, I forgot about the skull. See, I don't make it this far very often, so the skull is something I'm never anticipating. Oh, man. Okay. And it's Brutus. I gotta remember Brutus. If I said Bluto before, I apologize. Real quick, just checking back on the chat. Thanks, everybody, for coming in and joining us. If you don't mind, hit the like button. It helps out a ton more than you would ever know for the channel and people finding my videos. Jeremiah Thomas, correct. What was he correct about? Oh, Diner was an officially licensed Burger Time sequel, right? If so, they would need a license for that one, correct. But I mentioned it as being a reason for having it in television. Gotcha. Okay, so there's like games like that that Atari either doesn't own the rights to or would have to get some stuff for. Let's see, G-Mode and television version of Time Pilot. Time Pilot. What is, that sounds so familiar. It's Brutus. YOLO Swaggins. We don't want to upset the man himself. Joel, retracted your message. You don't have to retract anything, good sir. Speak your mind freely here. You are among friends. Real quick, Dungeon Stalker is definitely a good one. Oh yeah, absolutely. And the port to the 7800, not port, but reimagining is also pretty good. And television's mascot is the Running Man. Yep. 2 7800s arrived yesterday, so I'll be getting started on those later today. Ivory is a busy man. He is always doing something with Atari and retro stuff. Powpuck as advertised. That's an awesome name. I love that. Duncan the Penguin is also in television. Duncan the Penguin. Now, what's that from? Is that the Penguin game, the running game? Yep, one round, Jeremiah. We made it halfway there. 90% of Intellivision games are public domain. Now, Atari said they acquired 200 games. Is that just like stuff outside of original Intellivision stuff? Like, did they acquire like the Amico projects and stuff like that? Maybe. I'm interested because Ivory said there was nowhere near 200 releases, so that's interesting. Thin Ice. Okay. Tommy Cokehead Tellerico said it. Allegedly, he's into recreational drugs. Okay, so we're gonna play arcade mode again. If next time I don't cycle the screen, we're gonna play on the pink screen of shame. Or next time I don't cycle through the levels, and we'll just see how much easier that is compared to arcade mode here. But if I remember right, even the easiest difficulty is not that easy. And I think expert difficulty, you immediately start with those skulls coming after you, which is a pain. Again, I don't usually make it that far, so dealing with the skulls has always been troubling for me. Because again, without practice, like I think they fall down and they bounce around a little bit on the screen, and I don't have enough practice with them to anticipate their movements and that sort of thing. Should I go for the? I was gonna go for the spinach now. I think I have to. Come on, come over here, Brutus. Got him. Okay. And again, make sure you call him Brutus, as the man himself, Daryl, joined us in the chat, at least for a little bit. I don't know if he's still here. Verifying that the name in the game is Brutus. Now, I always knew him as Bluto. That's the only reason I was going with Bluto. But I am not going to argue with the man himself. I mean, that is just a silly thing to do. Okay, so we made it through level 1. We did okay. So here we'll get... Okay, we're just going to go down. Usually I try to get behind him there, but I don't know if that's like the best idea or not. It's just something I always did. I say it like I played this when I was younger. I actually never played this game as a young kid. I didn't play it until much later when I was an adult. I wasn't even aware of this game. To be honest with you, I lived a very sheltered life. There we go. Okay, we're doing okay. We're getting the hang of it. And see, and this is why Jeremiah Thomas always tells me to practice. Because if I had practiced, I could have been performing better this whole time. But you know, I'm hard-headed. If I didn't learn the hard way, Jeremiah, I would not learn anything ever. So there's that. Gotta get out of his way. Yeah, I should have just turned around and grabbed the spinach. That was my fault. That was poor gameplay. Blutus. Yeah, let's just split the difference. Let's call him Blutus. Is that okay? Just for the stream, we'll call him Blutus, and then I will spread the gospel of Brutus afterwards. It's been a busy week here at the channel. I have not been able to do the things I've been wanting to do. So I had a Patreon series I've been doing for the Patreons, where we go through the collection of the games, and I think we're down to like the last video that I have to do for that little series for them. And I could not complete it because of work and other obligations. I work in the medical field, specifically nursing home, Alzheimer's care and stuff, and we had state come into the building. So that, for anybody else in the medical field, you know, when state shows up, that's pretty much your life for for a long time there. So with state in the building, I wasn't able to really do anything on the YouTube channel, and wow, we're doing really good. I wasn't able to get through the Patreon stuff. I wasn't able to do a lot of the stuff I wanted to do. I wanted to fix up the intro. You know, there's that countdown video I have play at the beginning of this. If you show up early, that way your screen doesn't time out and stuff, and you can kind of sit and chat. But I wanted to fix that up because, as Ramey said, there's a lot of people that like the old music, and I wanted to put in new clips and stuff. And yeah, I haven't had time to get to it between that. We also got this whole state thing, I should say, and we also had to get the dog fixed a couple days ago. So our proud male dog is now fixed, no longer able to reproduce. Which is a huge pain, because they tell you not to do any, physical activities with the dog for a while. But how He's so rambunctious. He has so much energy. How do you not do stuff with, you know, how do you stop him from playing? He's just nuts. Like, he loves playing. So, I don't know. So these skulls are a pain in the butt, let me tell you. The skulls really add a layer of difficulty here. Joel, you don't have to retract your messages, man. You say what you want. I'm just Blutus Maximus. I like that. Oh, good old YOLO Swaggins there, coming with some interesting comments. YOLO Swaggins, that's a heck of a name. God, I really don't want to go for the spinach this early, but might have to, man. We are. Okay, we're gonna go up. We're gonna get the spinach now. We got the spinach. And really, I'm not even that concerned with hitting Bluto or Brutus. Okay, we are there. We did it. This might be a win, guys. This might be a rare win. Now that I said that, it's not gonna be. Oh, what the heck is this? Okay. So we go back to the first screen a second time. I must have never made it this far, guys. I must be that bad at Popeye that I've never seen this. I did not know it rotated this way. That's nuts. Okay, I wasn't... Again, I haven't played with the skulls enough. I'm not sure of their patterns and what they do. Okay, I think we need to utilize this basket some, so we'll hit that on his head. Now we got the skull coming. Okay, we hit him. Okay, alright. Yep, that was my fault. Oh my goodness, we did fairly well with our lives here. I did not expect to have this many lives. Okay. Let's go right for the spinach. I think we can, if we knock Blutus over, or Brute. Oh my god. Nope, he juked us the whole time. That was incredible movements by old Brutus there. So we have to get over here now. Alright, we did that. Okay. We need a new Lynx handheld, says Braylon. I agree. It'd be cool to have like a Lynx Plus. Or maybe even like a Lynx console, you know, like something that hooks to the TV. Although I don't think, whenever you see like Lynx games on an actual display, I never think they look that good. I think they got to be made for whatever resolution that little screen was at, because they just don't seem to translate that well, in my opinion. Maybe I'm alone on that, but they always look like really zoomed in, and I know they were kind of really zoomed in general, I guess. I just think they look really bad on actual displays and whatnot. That's just my opinion, guys. Sorry if I'm talking away from the mic. I am what they call in the zone right now. Oh, I hit the punch button. I did. That's so close. So close. Let's see here. Looking back at the chat, that's probably the best I've ever done at Popeye. That was really, really fun. And again, thanks so much for joining me this morning, guys. I know you could do anything else with your morning, so spending it with me is really special, you know. But anyway, and Magic made some unique and good releases for Intellivision back then that were excellent. There are some Magic games I like, and Magic had some really bad stuff too. At least on the 2600, maybe on Intellivision was where they put their best stuff. I don't know. Although I am not part of that club, I don't think I have any complete collections for any console. I only, if you count retail, I have a full 7800 collection, but that's it. So I'm with you there, Ivory. I just couldn't do that. I don't think it's too much work. Intellivision still had some great games, but Coleco don't get nothing. I think Coleco I've always been really interested in. Like Coleco was something I think I'd want to get into. It'd be cool if Atari could pick up Coleco next. I think that would really complete things for them. If they could do after that, they get Intellivision, Coleco, and all their stuff, and the Magic stuff. They could do like the ultimate, like the ultimate Atari 50th style game, which would be really cool. Wait, didn't Coke Nose Tellerico buy a Magic? Why do you keep calling him Coke Nose? I mean, I know, I get why, but it just makes me laugh here. Eat some spinach and look for some Brutus face to put your fist in. Good to see you, Crypto. Glad to see you made it here. Booker Juice Tellerico. That dude isn't known for being honest, though, says Braylon. Tommy Snowman Tellerico, he's honest? Brutus is less likely to jump or swipe at you on early novice level. Arcade is average like arcade. Expert is ruthless. Man, I don't know if I could do expert if that's ruthless. But yeah, I haven't streamed in a long time and did a few here or there. Yeah, I'd love to. If you stream, Ivory, I'll join you. I'll jump in the chat and talk with you a little bit. And Bluto was a name change for a period, but Bluto was more of a bully. Brutus was always trying to get Olive. Brutus would hurt both of them. Oh, really? Okay. Interesting stuff there. I did not know that. Do Champ Games work on the 2600 Plus now? I'm sure Ivory would answer that. Oh, wait. No, not yet. Okay. There you go. Ivory is the man. That's the only time the arcade goes out of order. Just that level. Wow, that really messed me up there too, Daryl. I thought for sure we were going to cycle it. We said 2 cycles gets the win. So let's see if we can best the 7800 here. Problem with live streams while working on stuff is that I can't focus on the console like I should. Yeah, that's the thing. Like when you live stream, you feel obligated to and good to see you, Chat Screamer. You feel obligated when you live stream to kind of have something to say the whole time, and really, I mean, if you're gonna live stream, you can't just sit there quietly. But it does kind of, takes away from your concentration and focus. I think it would be cool though to do a stream where you're just doing some repairs and maybe doing like a Q&A type thing. At least I think that would be interesting to kind of watch you work, and maybe you could answer the odd question or something. I would tune in for that. I would also ask you a few questions that I have. So, just saying. And thanks again, guys, for joining me here. I know I said it not that long ago, but I do really appreciate it. Joining me on this beautiful Saturday morning. You could be doing anything else. I'm sure you probably need to mow your grass. You probably need to take care of a bunch of stuff. But you chose to watch me play Atari for better part of an hour as the dogs go nuts. I wonder what the dogs see. Anytime somebody, and again, that's the dog we just got fixed. Anytime somebody walks down the road, they go nuts. Give programmer Money, Patreon, cough, cough. Oh, yeah, yes. Thank you, Ramy. We do have a Patreon for those that are interested. We're putting out sort of exclusive special features on the Patreon. I've also recently started the YouTube membership thing. I figured while creators make more on Patreon, having both open just makes sense for people that maybe don't usually do Patreon or aren't familiar with the process but are more comfortable with YouTube. But you get the same benefits with either thing. For $5 a month, you get access to our extra features. Right now we're doing a series, on the collection that we have, the stuff we've acquired, which is always growing, constantly growing, especially thanks to the support from the community. My God, I'm doing awful. And after that, we're going to do... So the channel's coming up on its 1-year anniversary. The channel was created July 8th of 2023. And I think the first video went up on July 21st. I'd have to look the numbers up, or the dates up, as I play absolutely poorly there. All those deaths were avoidable. But yeah, I want to do something on Patreon for the 1-year anniversary, too, to kind of show my appreciation to you guys. The extra videos are not like our normal videos, so don't feel like you're missing any content. Anything that I would normally put out, I will never put behind a paywall. I don't believe in doing that. But just fun little extra stuff, like I said. They're just usually unscripted kind of type things where I just talk a little bit. But yeah, the next series on Patreon is going to be on the 6th floor of an apartment building. Gotcha. Is going to be on the 1-year anniversary. I have some Atari console tier lists. I have a series for Patreon that I'm going to call something like Outside Atari or Beyond Atari, where I talk about games not on Atari consoles and stuff. There's gonna be like a segment at the end where we try to tie it back into Atari. But it'd be a good opportunity to talk about some other stuff with you guys, like pinball and maybe some modern gaming type stuff and stuff like that, I think. So just fun extras like that on Patreon and for YouTube members. Again, they're nothing like our normal videos. I ain't gonna block those off ever. But there are fun little extras for people that want them. And you get your name mentioned at the end of every video. And you tell me what to say. The one person wanted Ball Gobbler. And our most recent Patreon wanted Hugh Jass, I think is it. HUEJASS. So if you want me to say funny stuff, you can pay for a month and make me say huge ass for a month's worth of videos. Is it worth it? I don't know, but it helps me out. So I always appreciate it. But back to the game here. I was performing really poorly while I was trying to promote Patreon. So that was probably a poor advertisement as I play Popeye really bad and tell you to support me. Okay, so I would like to get the spinach, but we're just going to end the level. I wish I could try new Coke. There's a reason why it's all Coca-Cola Classic, Braylon. So, oh, thank you very much, Jeremiah Thomas, for a $2 super chat. Always appreciated, never expected. So I didn't get my tip for practicing, because I'm not going to lie, I didn't practice, but he did tip me for beating the first round. So thank you very much, Jeremiah. Obviously, you don't have to do that, but it's very much appreciated. And again, it goes towards supporting the channel and acquiring new stuff to cover. Okay, so we're gonna beat this. Let's beat this, guys. Let's do this. Let's get motivated here. Ooh, oh man, that was close. Did you see that? I did that just to entertain you guys. I was like, let's do a close call. No, I absolutely didn't. I got hit with a bottle there. Again, thank you so much. Let me give Jeremiah's thing a heart there. There you go. Give you some love. Okay, let me catch up on the comments, and we'll try one more time to get through this. And then, unfortunately, again, I have some more work I got to do this afternoon. So I'll have to jump off here after our next go. And Television 2 was crap. Wasn't Television 2 just a remake, like the NES Mini and like that kind of stuff? Not the NES Mini, but you know what I mean, the second release of the NES. Hardware was good on the Model 2, but the controllers were crappier. Okay. They were a lesson in pain. Head Trauma Bob. Yep. Ramey is Head Trauma Bob on Discord. We also have the Discord server if you guys are interested. Yeah, thank you, Daryl. I greatly appreciate it. Thank you for stopping by, Daryl. Glad you popped in and watched the game get played a little bit. Let's do this, guys. Let's knock this out. Let's cycle the game twice and get a win on Man vs 7800. I forget what the win-loss record is. I know it's really bad. I think if you read the description, we played like 3 Mario Brothers games. I think I marked those all as wins to kind of pad the record a little bit. Or no, I think I marked those as ties. I don't remember. And then I don't think I marked Time Salvo, I think, as a loss, or maybe that was another tie, because we didn't stipulate like you can't beat Time Salvo, and I don't think we made any like, okay, we need to do this to consider it a win type thing. Man, okay. Top loader, that's what it was, Ramey. Thank you. NES had the top loader. Again, I'm really bad with names, guys. I'm not just saying that. I am terrible with names. Brutus. What a bully. Brutus the bully. Wow, okay, we might give it one more after this if this is really bad. Or we might not. Actually, what time is it? Yeah, I might just have to go after this, but we'll see how poorly I perform. Again, thanks everybody for hanging out. I think this is the 3rd time I've said that in like 20 minutes. But I really do mean it, you know. We have a lot of cool stuff coming up on the channel. Like I said, we're wrapping up Homebrew Month. We have one review left that's coming out tomorrow, and then we have a look at oh my goodness, I thought I got the spinach. And then we have a look at one of my holy grails, where I kind of document my journey in getting one of my holy grail homebrews, and what it means to me, why it was such a big deal, and what, you know, how it was and stuff. So those are 2 videos. The other review is for Haunted House Trilogy from AtariAge that was graciously donated to the channel by one Fens the Spook, who is a really cool guy over on Discord. Yeah, we have the Discord server. Look up Atari Network. It's free for everybody to join. I don't know if I ever finished that thought. I doubt I did. I'm lazy. I emulate, yeah. But we have a lot of cool stuff after that. I've been working on... let me turn this volume down just a hair so it's not so loud in my ears. But we have a lot of cool stuff coming up. I went to a local comic book store, and I found something really cool here. Look at these. Yeah. I got the 3 of the mini Atari Force comic books that I think there was, what, 4 total? And then we got a collection of these Atari Force comics by DC. So I'm thinking of covering this on the channel if it's something you guys are interested in. I don't think there's not like a whole lot of stuff to Atari in there, but I think it's a really cool idea and something I don't think a lot of people don't seem to be familiar with. So I've been reading through those to cover on the channel. I think we're going to do like an Atari Force video, how it started, what's the story, all that stuff. I got about, I don't know if I want to read through all of them. I think I got about 8 of them here. But I think it'd be cool to look at the history of it and kind of talk about it, because they don't seem to be very well known among even comic book people or Atari people. And it all started, of course, with the thing, and they're very affordable too. The Atari Force, Braylon wouldn't mind a video. Ramey says cool, awesome. So it seems like that'd be a positive thing. I've also been getting these newsletters. I've been talking to a gentleman who was an editor of an old Atari newsletter, and let me know if you guys are familiar with this one. So these are the old Atari Connection newsletters from, I believe they started in 1990, and they ran, all the way through to, let me see if there's anything cool on any of them, because there is like cartoons and stuff. So not so much a video on the news, this particular newsletter, but I'm thinking of doing a video on the Atari community, sort of pre-AtariAge, I'm thinking. And the guy has some cool insights about, staying in touch and the role of Video 61 and editing newsletters and stuff like that. So all very cool stuff. I don't believe I have enough time to do another good run, guys. I probably would just die right away anyway, but if it was good, I'd have to jump off here, I think, before we got through it all. So it looks like Popeye beat man in this game, unfortunately. But Popeye's a tough one, and I encourage everybody, if you do want to play it, emulate it. The ROM is out there. If you want to experience it on real hardware, I would get a 7800 game drive, because that is a fantastic way to play not only Popeye, but there's a great 1942 port to the Atari 7800. There's a great, I believe, was it Ghosts and Goblins or Ghouls and Ghosts or something port to the 7800. So you can experience those with the game drive, and you get so much more that way. But other than that, I have a lot of stuff I gotta get done, including a video on the purchase of a television. Again, it's just a shorty, but hopefully a goodie for you guys, and just some thoughts off the top of my head. That should be out later this evening, probably closer to the night. And other than that, we're all good. Thank you so much to everybody that jumped in the chat. Obsidian says, if you own Popeye for the 7800, you win. Yeah. Well, I thank you for that. That's a cool sentiment. I don't know if that's true, but I'll take it. If Obsidian says it's a win, it's a win. Thank you, Daryl Gunther, for jumping in here. Very cool of you. The man himself. Support Daryl on AtariAge. He's doing some great stuff. Any social media that Daryl has, because he's doing great games all the time for the 7800. He's very active in the community. He's a great developer, a great all-around guy. It was great to have you in the chat. Great to see all the familiar names: Braylon, Ramey, Joel, Crypt, Coffee, Ivory Towers. Make sure you subscribe to him. Not only was he in the chat, but he has a very useful YouTube channel, and one I've utilized myself quite a bit. Jet Screamer, good to see you. Thank you, Jeremiah Thomas, for the $2 donation. It was appreciated. I don't want to miss anybody else, but unfortunately, I really have to go. YOLO Swaggins, how could I not say that? Pow Puck, everybody that chatted, thank you so much. Join us next time on Man vs. 7800. I don't know what game we're going to be playing, but I assure you, it'll be a good one. So until next time, guys, remember to stay classy, and I'll see you in the next episode of Man vs. 7800, 2 Saturdays from today. Later.